What is up, my Narbies? I am Nara, and welcome back to the KBRN channel, where today I have, once again, another video of one of the other builds that I have in the various worlds of builds that I have. Now, as you can see, it's a floating base that I have today, and this was actually somewhat difficult to make, and really tedious, because not only did I have to go get a crap load of snow, but I also had to get the gold to make the chandelier appear. I had to get the iron for the chains. It was pretty interesting because I was low on resources at the time, and plus it was pretty interesting trying to clear out the area because this was the original spawn where I am now. But one of these like little island things were there, so it was really difficult, and I pretty much had to clear it all out. Now, the inspiration for this build actually came from some of the many UFO builds that I have seen on YouTube for Terraria. I mean, so many people, surprisingly, have actually made UFOs in Terraria, and I was originally going to do that for today's build, but then I realized I'm probably really crappy at building UFOs, so that probably won't be a topic of a video anytime soon. So instead, I upgraded it, if you will, to a floating base, and I'm actually pretty proud of how it turned out. Now, the build itself is pretty small, as will most of my builds be, mainly for the fact of how are you going to fit this humongous build in one thumbnail. So, I'm probably going to make somewhat bigger builds, like the build that I actually have planned for next Tuesday, which I already built, is going to be somewhat bigger. And then on Wednesday, it's going to get, like, even smaller. So, that's going to be pretty interesting to do. Now, it's really interesting, this house, because not only is it made out of a variety of ice and snow bricks, but it also has snow, and yeah, snow in the background, because, once you add a certain amount of blocks from a certain environment, if you will, it changes the background to that environment, and you'll get those mobs, but, there's not really many specific mobs that can spawn here, especially when I'm standing right here in the middle, and I can see every spawnable area. Now, the whole house itself is kind of messed up in terms of spawn point, because as I've mentioned before, right here is a spawn point, but, it breaks the spawn point every time you go there, so that's a major downfall, and it's quite simply a flaw that I overlooked when building the actual thing itself. Now, the building itself, as I said, it was inspired by UFO, which is why the shape of what it is, like the sort of shape, is why it's the way it is. But as I said, I couldn't do that, but, I still think it turned out pretty well. Now, the functionality of the building itself isn't very good, because not only is it symmetrical, but even though that's a good sign, but it's, as I said, it's symmetrical, so it's awkward trying to add many new things, because add something over here, you gotta add it over there too, and especially makes it difficult for NPCs, because as I said in the original recording that I made of this, which oddly failed, weird, but you can literally place a chair anywhere in the whole thing, and see an NPC would move in just like that. And if you added a few doors, like, let's see, what can I use to point it out? Acorns, why not? Like, you can put a door there, 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 and that would make it so that these can be two separate rooms that you can place chairs in and have NPCs spawn in, but this building wasn't exactly, how you say, made for NPCs. It was made for just a single player that doesn't need much room, that just wants a nice build, because it's a pretty nice build, and of course, the Eye of Cthulhu is starting to watch me, so hopefully the video will end up being finished before that happens, because that would be really awkward. So yeah, I'm going to try to quickly wrap this up before that happens. So, as I said, the functionality isn't very useful, because you can't really have NPCs, it's not very spacious, and plus there's a nice little drop here. So if you're not careful, that can do quite a bit of damage to a early on player. And oh, great! So as I destroy the Eye of Cthulhu, the building of the whole thing took quite a bit of time because I had no resources really set out for this, so it made it difficult trying to actually build it because I was low on materials. And it's really funny because I just got a rare drop, which I already have, which is useless in this version. But as I was saying, it was difficult to build, sort of, because as I said, right here is a spawn point, and not only does it break every time you actually go there naturally, you originally spawned on one of those floating island sort of like things that are close to the ground. Well, it's more like a little cave on the surface, but that explains why there's all this like shrubbery in the background with walls, because there used to be a background. Yeah, that makes sense. But I had to destroy the entire thing, which is why I have so much dirt in my inventory, along with such stone. So there was a lot of digging involved, quite a bit of destroying, and now the guide has moved in, and wow, way to keep with some symmetry. Even the stars are pretty much symmetrical in their falls. That's always interesting to see. You know what, I can just get rid of these binoculars because I have more somewhere else. But yeah, it's funny. I said I wanted to end the video before the Eye of Cthulhu spawned, but you know, the Eye of Cthulhu spawned, and it's like 3 minutes later. So that's pretty much going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoy next week's videos, along with this Friday's video by King B. He is starting his brand new series, starting from scratch, and if you saw his channel, Lego Cam Dude 1, or Lego Cam Show, or King B, or whatever the heck it is, it went through like 15 different names. If you also watch that channel, then you would sort of see his new character, the spawn of his world, which I think he probably should have just waited till he recorded to show the world, but you know, whatever works for him. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you all Tuesday.